Good morning, boys and girls, and if you're watching this video, you're in math. Yeah, math, matemáticas. So we've been talking this week about shapes, right? And I told you how to match different kinds of shapes in different positions, like the triangle, the square, the circle, and of course the rectangle. And we also put in there the hexagon because that is something that a lot of kids don't remember when they're in pre-K and kindergarten. And by first grade, it's when they start remembering. And by the time they get to third grade, which is when they're going to touch upon it, and then they're doing a lot of stuff in fifth grade, that's when they remember what a hexagon looks like. But you are always introduced to it because it's very important. Now, you might have lots of things at home that have the shape of it on the object. So what I want to do is bend down my camera so that you can see what I'm going to present. You may have a box of crayons. If you do, and you look at it, the shape in front of your box of crayons is what? No, it's not a square. It's a rectangle. If I put it this way, this shape is also a rectangle. If I put it this way, this shape is also a rectangle. If I put it this way, this is also a shape of a rectangle. If I look below, this is the shape of a rectangle. If I put it above, it has the shape of a rectangle. So this is what we call in math rectangular prism. A rectangular prism, it's lots of rectangles together in a boxy way like this. So this has the face or has a side that is rectangle. And that's what you need to know. But when you see all of them being rectangled, this is pretty much what we call a rectangular prism. Now, let's look at something that you might have seen at home. It might be the Vicks. That little jar that mommy puts that ointment that's in here, or alkamfor, that's in here to put on your chest when you're coughing at night or when you need to breathe better at night. We're not going to look inside. We're going to look on top of it. What shape do you see on this side, on the lid? Exactly, it's a circle. That is another way of looking at shapes. Let's look at the bottom. It also has what? A circle. But guess what? This is all being held by this side. These two circles are held by this right here in the middle. So I can roll it. I can slide it. And I know that it has two circles, one on top, one on the bottom. So I know that my purpose is to learn about shapes, but this is considered what is called, in good math, cylinder. A cylinder has a circle on the top, circle on the bottom, and it slides, it rolls. This is what it does. But your most important thing for you to know is that this has on the top a circle and on the bottom a circle. We might have this at home, a tissue box. But guess what? This tissue box on the bottom has a shape of a square. Very good. And on the top, where you pull out those tissues, you also have a square. So this is a kind of object that you can look for in your house that may have the shape of a square. I'm not going to go about the other sides of it because they're not all squares. All the sides are a rectangle, but the bottom is a square and so is the top. And that's what we're looking for. We also have this shape. This has the shape of what? A triangle. Very good, triangle. I can see the triangle on that side, and now that I'm flipping it over, it's on the same, no, that's the other side. So it has two sides that is triangular. And what's interesting about it is that on the top, there are several squares holding the triangle in that shape. Okay? These are shapes that you can be looking for at home on any object. Look at the Play-Doh. The Play-Doh lid is a circle, and so is the bottom. But guess what? This can slide. It can roll. So this is also a cylinder. The Play-Doh jar and the Vicks are both the same. A cylinder with circle on the top and circle on the bottom. Wherever you get a Play-Doh, think of those little tops as circles and the bottoms too. So this is a lesson that's very short, very precise, but also teaching you that you can find the face of your shapes. This is a face of a square, and this one is a rectangle. Remember, smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get, and you know that.